Hello everybody, it's Shayna with Repurposing, and if you're new here, what I like to do is thrift flip, repurposed furniture, Dollar Tree DIYs, all that kind of stuff on a budget. So if you like that, definitely stick around, subscribe to my channel, and let's go ahead and get into today's video. So this first sign here is something I made back in the spring, and this was a thrifted item I found for $3 at Habitat for Humanity Restore. So I'm going to reuse it for today's video for Thrift Flip Thursday, and I'm going to use the back of it. So anyway, like I mentioned, today's video is Thrift Flip Thursday. Savannah and I host here on YouTube. It's just an open playlist. So if you do thrift flips, definitely, and you want to join us, message one of us on like Instagram or anywhere and let us know, and we'll get you added to that playlist. And also, this month, Megan from Point and Polish is our co-host, so definitely go check her out. The links to everybody will be in the description box on my video, and the links to the playlist will also be in the description box. Okay, so anyway, all I was doing here, it was basic. That's why I went ahead and talked about that right now, because all I did was put 2 coats, maybe like 2.5, on this whole back side of this cupboard door. And then I took some brown and black, just acrylic paint, and I lightly dry brushed them on the edges, the edge parts of this, so it would make it look like a frame, you know, kind of like I did on the front side. So that's all I did on the edges, and I just kept going with this. I cut some of this out of the video, but I just kept going with it and blended it. There you'll see I did it till I got it how I liked it. And then this is different. I left this in here because this was something I don't normally do. I took that mint color, which was actually called Jadeite Glass, I think, and I dry brushed it in the mix of that, and I think it gave it a really cool look. It just kind of looks like an old barnwood look, and it's really, really pretty. Okay, and then I took some Mod Podge, and I just brushed one layer of it on here. I seen this somewhere where somebody was stenciling, and they did Mod Podge, and then they did their stencil, and then they did Mod Podge over it again, I think. But anyway, I'm just doing the Mod Podge underneath, and then I got it really all the way dry. And then I got this stencil printed out with my Cricut, and I weeded it and everything. And I left a lot of this footage in here because I wanted to show you guys something that I discovered today while doing this. Sorry, I have a stuffy nose because my kids are both sick, and I must be getting it too. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you guys some of this stuff here and what I discovered. Okay, so like I said, I kept most of this in here. I kept it in real time as well. I did not speed this process up because I wanted to show you how much faster I get the word hello on here than I do the word summer and the line and the heart and everything. This vinyl that I used for the hello was just an Amazon stencil vinyl, and then the other one is the Cricut stencil vinyl. And I'm telling you, this vinyl works so much better than the Cricut vinyl. I don't know what it is, but that Cricut vinyl is like thick, and it doesn't come off the transfer tape at all, or at least it doesn't come off as well, like not even close. This, I just rub it down like one time, start peeling it up, and it comes right off. It works so much better. And then you'll see me struggle here with the summer for a little while, but I don't make you guys watch it very long. I just wanted to show you guys how different this was. Like, this one peels right off. Okay, so you'll see here, I pressed it down, did all the same things that I did, exactly like the other one. But this vinyl, I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't peel off that transfer tape as well, and it doesn't stick to the surface as well. And I don't know why, because like I said, this is all the same exact process, you know, like I'm doing the same exact thing, using the same transfer tape, all the stuff. So anyway, I just don't prefer that vinyl. I prefer that off-brand way better than this Cricut vinyl. So Cricut's probably like never gonna want to sponsor me, but anyway, I'm just being honest. It just doesn't work as well for this type of thing. Maybe if I wasn't making a sign, like maybe if I was using it for something different, it would work. But in this case, it does not. And right there, you'll see that's what I do sometimes. Like I'll lay the paper that the sticker sticks back onto. I'll lay that down so that I can kind of not let that re-stick to the surface. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, that'd be really annoying. Okay, so I feel like you probably get the gist of what I'm saying. Cricut paper, bad. Vinyl, off-brand, Amazon paper, good. Anyway, or at least for me, that's just personal preference. Anyway, the only reason I had that on separate paper anyway was because my Cricut also messed up on the Cricut paper. I had it all printing out on the Cricut transfer, or the Cricut stencil vinyl, but it messed up, and I won't even go into detail on that. But anyway, I'm going to speed this back up, show you the next step, because like I said, I think you guys understand here what I'm trying to show you. Okay, and finally moving on to the way more fun part, I took my finger first of all and just pressed the stencil onto the surface really well to make sure there was no gaps and that I didn't get any paint up under it, which I still end up doing anyway in the end. I don't know, I might need some tips for stenciling because I don't ever get a stencil perfect. I don't know how to. So anyway, I just did that, and then I used my finger also to put the paste on, just because I don't know. I kind of like doing it with my finger. I don't know. Anyway, did that, got that all done there, and you can probably hear my baby right now during this because I'm holding him and he's kind of snoring, breathing loud. So anyway, you'll probably hear little baby sounds. So if you're new here and you hear that, that's what that is. I'm sure if you're not new here, you already know the deal. Okay, so I got all that on there. I used a paper towel to kind of dab off the excess. And then I took this mint color. It's called Jadeite Glass, I think. The color I used around the rim of this sign. Anyway, and then I just did polka dots all throughout the word, hello. And I left the stencil on, the vinyl on, so that I just could kind of go fast here and get it done and not have to worry about getting it outside of the letters, you know what I mean? So anyway, stenciled that on. That was that. So as you can see here, I had quite a few little spots that bled through under the stencil. So I was really disappointed about that. I was annoyed because I felt like I did a pretty good job pressing it down and dabbing the paint on and everything. So I don't know. I just go in with this little Cricut tool thing and I just kind of scrape off the black that bled through, and that way it would just be a little easier to cover those spots with white. And then like I said, I just go back in with the white paint and touch it up, and in the end you can hardly see it, but I mean I definitely know it's there. But anyway, you know, we don't have to be perfect. It's okay, it's all good. It turns out cute, and that's all that matters. Okay, so initially I was just going to do all these words black and the heart and everything, but for some reason I was being pulled to use this mint color. So anyway, I did. I used this mint color on the heart, then I used that mint color over there on the little lines, and then I do summer in black. And then when I did this part, I tried to make sure I was definitely dabbing way better than I did on the hello, because I just really didn't want a bunch of bleed through to happen. So anyway, that's all I did here. Simple, almost done. And I still got some bleed through, so that was super annoying. I don't know how anybody does these videos and actually gets a perfect stencil every time. I don't think they do. They have to edit it out. I don't know. yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's impossible. Do you guys get your stencils like perfect every time, or am I just like terrible at that? Anyway, I took a little bit of my black brush, and I just took a little bit of black paint and dry brushed it along the inner part of that sign just to kind of tie it all back in together. I think I might go back in later also with some sandpaper. I didn't do that in the video, but I might sand it off a little bit. So then I just made a little bow. I made like a loop and like a tail, tied it together, and then I cut a little strip right there you see sitting there, and then I hot glued that little strip to the middle, and that was all there was to that. Super simple, easy. And then I hot glued it on to the top, and I reinforced it with some staples, and that's all there was to this. I think this turned out absolutely adorable, and I'm so excited. Like I said, I used the back side of my spring sign, so I'm going to put it in the same place that I had my spring sign. And I love using like the back of something, so I didn't have to like buy anything else or use any more like items, less clutter kind of thing, So anyway, there's that, and here's a look at how it turned out sitting up on the same spot where I had the other sign. And like I said, I just love this. It's so cute. Oh, and I will link the Etsy shop that I bought that SVG off of for my Cricut. I'll link it in the description box. Okay, so moving on to this next item. This is an old sign thing. This actually is not from a thrift store, but I consider this a thrift flip too, because you could have found this at a thrift store, but Axel found it in an old barn or building or something. My husband did. So anyway, I traced out like a rough draft on that thing of how I wanted the flower. There's Winston, he was screaming during this part. So anyway, like I said, I kind of traced out where I wanted the flower to go, and then I cut out some burlap petals. And I was showing you here that this background of this thing was super messed up. Like, I was just going to paint it white, but I couldn't really because, like, it was so messed up. So anyway, I painted the frame with moss green color Waverly paint, and then this Java brown. And then, so like I said, since the background was so messed up, I took Mod Podge and book pages and just Mod Podged the whole background of the whole frame there. I just Mod Podged the whole thing. And I also used this like spray adhesive glue that I got at Dollar Tree, and it took me 2 cans of that. There's Shep making an appearance as well. He was joining in on the fun. Anyway, so I just showed a couple pages here that I put on with Mod Podge, and then I show you like the spray glue. And like I said, it took 2 cans of spray glue. I think it took 2 bottles of Mod Podge as well. And I just put the pages on here in a super random way. I didn't want them to all be like going straight across, and I didn't want them, I wanted it to just kind of look random. So that's what I did here. I just jumped around to, I go down to the bottom here next and stuff like that. So anyway, I get this all done. And then I took my little X-Acto knife thing from Dollar Tree also, and I cut like the excess off the edges. And then I don't have it on video here, I guess, but I did Mod Podge over the top of all the book pages, so that's why it looks kind of wet and like kind of drippy over there on the sides. But then anyway, I took these petals that I had cut out of the burlap. I just had a big old roll of like scrap burlap on hand from our wedding. I have a couple actually still left. So anyway, and I just hot glued these on there. That's it. And I tried to get them into like a formation that I liked. And when I initially started this project, this is not what I had in mind. I was honestly just going to paint that frame. Like I showed you guys where it was messed up though. I was just going to paint it and then paint the flower on. That was initially my plan because I just want kind of like a big statement piece for my fireplace. So anyway, this just kind of came to me though when I went down into my craft room and I had all this scrap burlap and all these things, and I was just like, oh, this all might come together really cute. And you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I like the shabby chic, rustic, like whimsical, like, you know, you're not too worried about it look, you know. Like, I didn't try too hard to make this, you know, that kind of a look, because that's honestly how it was and all of that. So anyway, you can just see what I'm doing here. I cut out a circle for the middle, and I cut out some lace for like a stem, and then I also cut out some more lace for like the inner portions of the flowers. I decided they needed something so that they would stand out more on the book pages. So anyway, I cut out that, and then I hot glued that on here in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, it took me a minute to kind of like get the shape down that I wanted the inner part to look like. And then I just still felt like the background of this flower and the flower itself like blended together too well. Like, I wanted the flower to pop more, but I wasn't really sure how to go about that. So, and then right there you can see I haven't hot glued the lace on yet. I just wanted to see what it looked like. So it's all just kind of sitting there. But anyway, I take my white paint and I kind of dry brush the background. So I thought, okay, that'll look nice, you know, it'll make the book pages look really faded and everything. Okay, so last thing I did was I didn't really like the white by itself, so I went through and did some brown dry brushing on the background as well. And in some places I kind of like went around the flower to kind of really make the flower pop. And I don't know, I ended up thinking this turns out pretty cute in the end. So here's a look at it downstairs, and then I'm going to show you guys. I put it up on my fireplace, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. Okay, so then I took this frame. This was actually from either a yard sale or an auction. I'm not sure where I got this specific frame, but regardless, I mean, it was like 50 cents, maybe if that, for this nice big frame. So anyway, I took that piece out. While it was cute and all, I just didn't want it in my house, so I took that out and painted it white. And I don't know why, I did wipe it off, but it got like a real like a pinkish color came through on it. So anyway, I'm just gonna let you guys watch this part because I painted on this flower, and you'll just have to watch, like I said, what I did here. This was the color, I think it was called Coffee Bean, and it's like a acrylic paint brand from Michael's. It's not Apple Barrel, but color Coffee Bean. And then I also take the color Warm Buff, that's what that is right there, and I paint the petals on with this. And then I take a green color here in a minute, you'll see as well, and I paint the leaves on. So like I said, I'm just gonna let you watch this, and then at the end I'll show you like both of these all sitting on my fireplace and how super cute it looks. Okay, and then I just painted the frame that it came in, and I used the color Java because I just wanted it to be like a dark frame, and I wanted it because I knew I was gonna put this on my fireplace, so I wanted it to pop off on my white fireplace. So anyway, I get that done, poke that back in there, and that's it. And if you guys don't already, definitely go over and follow me on Instagram. I have a lot of fun over there. Anyway, and then here's a look at how both of them turned out. Sitting on my fireplace, I'd like to make one more, but I didn't have time to make this video to make another one. But yeah, I think one more would be pretty off to the right side, like a smaller one. Anyway, so I really like how they turned out. They're different, you know, they're not like just a little sign that says words on it, you know. Actually painted it and did something fun. So anyway, I hope you guys like that, and let me know in the comments. And I will also link a video that I have of me painting my fireplace. I'll link it up here in the top, and if you have any questions about that, you can check that out. Okay, and then I went ahead and threw this one in here today too. This is an actual thrift flip. I got this for $1.99, I think, at a thrift store in my town, and I just literally painted it white, buttercream, Dixie Belle paint, 2 coats, sanded it down with 60 grit sandpaper, and then I took this grunge glaze and a chip brush there, and I just dry brushed it across. Used a paper towel if I needed to, but I didn't really need to. I just lightly put the grunge glaze on there, and that was all there was to this. I didn't want to bore you guys with this one because it was a very easy flip, but here's the really pretty pictures of how it turned out, and I love it. I think it's super cute. I've been wanting one of these since I seen them in a thrift store one time, but the lady wasn't selling them because she was actually like using them for her mugs. So anyway, I've wanted one ever since. So there it is, super cute, love it. Okay, so for this last one here, if you can tell today, my theme for this video is kind of like repurposed frames. No, anyway, these were just frames from Dollar Tree, or I mean not Dollar Tree, an auction or a thrift store. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But if it's from an auction, I get the whole box for like $1, and there's like 20 frames in it. So very, very cheap. And anyway, I just painted it, let it dry, put a couple coats on, you know how I do. Paint, blow dry, paint, blow dry, and then distress with some brown black paint. Super cute. Distress some with some sandpaper. All the things we already know how to do, probably. Okay, and then I got these stickers from Dollar Tree, and I've been dying to use them because, I don't know, I think they're so pretty, but I haven't really known what to use them for. So anyway, I took this book page, I looked through this book, and I took out a few pages that I just kind of thought were pretty. And then, like I said, I took these stickers, and I just arranged the stickers on these frames like I thought would look really cute. Okay, and then here's a quick look at how this one turned out. I think it's very, very cute. And then I went ahead and did another one, just one other one today, because I really wanted to use that yellow truck on that one set of stickers. So on this one though, I Mod Podged the book page to the back piece, and I can't remember why I didn't do that on the other one, but this one ends up working out a lot better. So definitely, if you do this, Mod Podge your book page down, it'll help. Okay, and then I went to stick the truck on there, and then I realized like I should probably put it back in the frame first to make sure I wasn't going to be off to the side. So that's what I did there. I just put it back in its frame and then stuck the stickers on that way. Like I said, I knew I was getting them in the right spots. Anyway, I just arranged these how I liked them. And I think these are really cute and really fun. You could do so many different things in so many different ways. And like you could paint your frames any different color, or you could get different stickers. I mean, there's just like really a lot of possibilities with like repurposing some old frames. So anyway, and here's a look at how this one turned out. I think they're both very cute, very different, but I mean, you know, we're trying to think outside of the box here. So yeah, Okay, and I do not have staged up pictures for those, so that was all for the video today. Definitely head to my description box, click the link for the playlist. Definitely check out Megan and Savannah and all the other videos this week for the Thrift Flip Thursday challenge. And talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.